gonna start streaming, and I think I'm streaming. So let's hope and make sure that I'm streaming. All right, let's do the audio check. Uh, can I hear myself? Audio check. All right, great. Hear myself? Audio check. Hello, welcome in, guys. How's it going? Glad to see some friendly faces already waiting. Sorry to keep you waiting. I mean, I guess in relation to my normal start time, I'm a few minutes early, but uh, welcome in, Gibson Lens. How's it going? Welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. Welcome in, Charlie's Beats. I had a hell of a time starting stream because I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start. Oh no, I forgot half of my magic tricks. I need to bring them down. Ooh, a jacket. Yeah. Full disclosure, I'm wearing this because I am cold. That it has nothing to do with me being cool or wanting to use the sleeves for anything. I was just I was literally cold. So I know it takes away from like the whole magic of the stream, but I mean, I don't really do anything right away. I have to put on my cheating gloves and everything. So, all right, for anybody who doesn't know, cheating gloves getting put on. Anyway, how's everybody doing this weekend? Hopefully everybody had a nice week. Um, yeah, it got really cold here, so it went from like 50 degrees to like I don't know, single digit degrees, and then it went back up. Darky Blaine, hello, welcome in. Chan the Magic Man says, I'm doing well, how about you? And Chan says it's 28 degrees there, so yeah, that's pretty cold. It's a little bit warmer than that today, but it's about the same. Chan and I geographically live, I think, it's like 300 miles away, so it's the temperature is usually about similar. Let's see. Gibson Len says it's relatively cold here. It's at 50 degrees. Oh, 50 degrees. Very balmy weather here. That's like I can go outside in this and it's perfectly fine. 30 degrees there. Ooh, got about an inch of snow. Now sleeting. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got snow earlier. It's sitting on the ground, but it's not accumulating. Charlie's Beast is like shorts weather. You know, there are people around here where if it drops down to even as low as 40, I'll still see people wearing shorts. I'm a little uncomfortable wearing shorts at like 40. 50, it depends. Like if I had long socks, I could probably pull it off, but at 60, I'm perfectly fine wearing shorts though. But at 50 is a yeah. Charlie Beat says that would be me. Oh, well, well done. Guys, Charlie's Beats, well adapted. There we go. That's what today I learned. TLI, Charlie's Beats, well adapted. Wore shorts and flip flops when I was 40 here. Ah, okay, nifty. That sounds like a good time. Let's see. Yeah, so when I was starting to stream, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? And I was like, I don't have these cards. Got to bring that. And it's like, okay, what else do I have to? I have this itch on my head. I kept on scratching, and I'm like, I should just undo my hair tie, scratch it, because the itch was like directly underneath my bun or my little. And I'm like, so I had to do that again. Wore shorts and flip flops today in the house of Darky Plane. uh, Charlie's B says my parents looked at me like, what? I'm just going to assume that the sound that Charlie made with those emotes is. Let's see. Wore shorts and flip flops today in the house. All right, awesome. Yeah, I wore pajamas basically all day in the house. But I did change because I took a shower because I cooked twice and got some oil splatter. So I'm like, I don't want to sleep in oil splatter shirt. So anyway, glad to hear everybody's doing okay, minus I guess everybody's commiserating over the cold weather. So everybody knows. Everybody knows how cold it is. Charlie has the no pants emote. Lol. I'm wearing pants. And I guess if anybody knows me in chat, plausible deniability, but I'm not gonna go about proving it right now. Maybe later. I don't know. All right, let's see. First things first. Let's do this. Um, let's do this. Oh man, Chan, you are on top of it. Thank you, Chan. Um, so once again, if anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. I have a lot to talk about because it was a very magic-filled week for me. If anybody's friends with me on Facebook, you probably might have seen a post, but there's more that I haven't shared yet. And then, question for today, if anybody wants to answer it, is what childhood toy do you think affected you most as an adult? Now, the reason why this came up is because, well, we're almost at Christmas time. Toys are usually a big thing, but I also watched a TED Talk recently about like the history of toys and like why we should reflect back and look at the history of toys and see how it has evolved over time and how it affects like the kids that grow up during that time. Because the one thing that I did realize was that after watching this TED Talk was that a lot of the toy industry doesn't care about the past. They mostly care about what's selling right now. And I guess from like a business standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. But I'm like, that's super interesting because let's say we never had games like Scrabble, right, and Upwards. And it's like, would there be as many people who are into language and linguistics and words or writing? I mean, we wouldn't know, right? Like nobody's done studies about those, as far as I know. Anyway, okay, I think I'm feeling okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the shirt. Sorry, take off the sweater. I'm not gonna take off the shirt. Okay, cool. And then let's see. Glad you enjoyed Magic Club meeting. Oh yes. So for anybody who didn't know, this past week we had a Magic Club meeting. Now normally my Magic Club here meets once a month, and it's the third Tuesday of each month. But this one we had arranged to be a week early because we were getting a lecture. So a lecturer was able to come in. We had a magician named Alex Hilsey, and she is prominent on social media. So if you follow magicians at all, you've probably seen Alex. If you just search for Alex Alyx magician, she'll come up. And she came to lecture at our Society of American Magicians meeting. So for anybody who's not aware, she basically started as a street magician and worked up from there. She makes jokes about, oh yeah, now she doesn't have to be a street magician. She does magic inside, protects from the weather and all that. But hello, Thorn. Hello, Nam. Hello, Thorn. Welcome in, Ben. How's it going? Gibson Len says, I guess video games, if that counts, because that's why I wanted to work in video games. I would say video games definitely counts as like the toy that thinks most affected you as an adult, as well, the toy that you got as a kid. I would ask, was there a specific system? Would it be like NES, SNES, Sega? I would guess perhaps Gibson Lens. I'd peg you as a SNES guy. That's my guess. Thanks for shouting out, Ben. Guys, if you're not following our friend Hallowthorn, please give Hallowthorn a follow. Hallowthorn, one of the other magicians on Twitch, please give Hallowthorn a follow. Ben is a Singaporean magician and does magic in real life, doing many gigs a day, potentially. But, so Alex Hilsey, she came, did a lecture for our chapter. I think we had like 20 to 30 people in attendance. Um, and what ended up happening was, so we learned a bunch of routines. She presented a few things. We also heard that if we didn't already know, she was going to be presenting at Blackpool. So if anybody else who is curious, Blackpool is like the largest magic convention, I think, in the world, and she is going to be speaking at Blackpool. It's kind of interesting because I think our lecture was supposed to go for like 2 hours or something, but it went for like 2.5 hours. And when Alex speaks at Blackpool, I think the time slot is like either 45 minutes or an hour. So I'm not sure what is going to get fit into a a Blackpool lecture, but I mean that's not really something I guess I have to worry about. This Alex is gonna have to worry about that. But the so the stuff that she lectured about, a lot of it wasn't stuff that I would normally do because I mostly do card magic, and there was a segment of card magic like towards the end. But she did things like using a wand, using a fork, doing fork bending trick, um, doing cups and balls, and just talking about things related to being like a street magician and how evolving from that. There was a lot of like psychological concepts that I think will apply that I can use when I do magic tricks. But other than that, that was it was pretty. First of all, it was a long lecture. It was a really good lecture, and I ended up walking away with a magic wand. So I do have a magic wand. I left it upstairs, so maybe I'll show it another time. But um, let's see. Gibson Lens says Atari 800 or Apple. Oh, I guess that makes sense. All right. Well then, Gibson Lens. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's see. And Charlie's Beat says Apple 2 Plus. Nice. Well done. Let's see. For me, it was probably NES. I did technically have an Atari, but I didn't. My dad basically monopolized Atari time. So then when we got Nintendo, that was easier for me to also play because there are two controllers. Um, let's see. Durkey Blaine says, "Sounds awesome. I sadly just pulled into work, so I'll try and catch more soon." Durkey Blaine, have a great day at work. Take care, and definitely work hard, but don't get too crazy. Let's see. Chan says, "Haven't played NES games in a while. Miss it." Oh, NES games. I grew up with NES games. My parents got me like import games, which were certainly illegal, I guess, by today's standards. But it was basically a pirated Famicom cartridge that had like basically 100 games on one cartridge. But I played a lot. I did play American games as well. So I had Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Metroid. One of my favorites was Shadows of the Ninja, or like what else? Little Nemo is probably another one that a lot of people would have played, I think. So, let's see. What else? Oh yeah, so after the lecture, we ended up going to Applebee's. So about seven of us went from the lecture to Applebee's to have like a really late dinner. And by the time we arrived, the dinner, we were seated at like 10, I think 10:20 maybe, and that Applebee's closed at 11 because it was like in the middle of the week. It was like on Tuesday, and I think the server was a little bit upset, and we didn't want to make her feel more uncomfortable, but it was like, well, we are hungry and we were gonna hang out for a little bit, so we did tell them that we were gonna be a table of magicians, and so after like the initial ordering got like ordering was awkward, but then after that, I'll tell you in a second why it calmed down. So we were chatting, and Alex discovered that one of our other members that were sitting at the table was a hypnotist, and by trade and profession, he is a hypnotist. So he'll occasionally do comedy shows, but he is basically a clinical hypnotist by day. So he would help people through um, you know adjusting their lives, like whether they want to quit smoking, lose weight, that kind of thing. So Hello Thorn says, I'm a Neo Geo fan. Ooh, I played a bunch of Neo Geo when I was a kid. I'm a Neo Geo fan. Sadly, King of Fighters is not on the home game system. Oh, my sympathies. So I was exposed to Neo Geo because here in the United States, when we had arcades, there were Neo Geo machines, which would have like 10 or 12 games on them, but they were all like different fighting games mostly. So there was like Samurai Showdown, King of Fighters, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's why King of Fighters was not on the home games. I'm sorry. Yeah, King of Fighters was cool. My favorite was like Double Dragon. So there was a Double Dragon fighter, not like a beat 'em up. It was just literally fighting, and I got really good, I think, at that for I guess my age. But yeah, I remember playing Neo Geo machines. Neo Geo machines also have what, Metal Slug, I think. I really liked Metal Slug, even though I was very bad at it. um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so we discovered that Alex discovered that somebody at the table was a hypnotist, And we kind of discussed at that point, is hypnotism real, or can you give people suggestions? Can anybody be hypnotized? And I don't know if there were any skeptics or doubters out there, but basically hypnotism is real. And I mean, I kind of knew this before that because I'm kind of interested in like psychology and neuroscience and stuff like that. But so hypnotism is real, but some caveats is like everybody can be hypnotized, but to the extent in which you can be made to do something that you don't want to do is is highly exaggerated. So let's take that with a grain of salt and however you want. But the state of hypnotism, the way that our magician friend described it, was it's a state in which if you meditate, it's like that state, or like the state in which you're still awake and you're aware of everything going around you, but it's like right before you would fall asleep. And so you're kind of like in this super either relaxed or like state in which you mostly are feeling. I don't know how to describe it. It's just that's what is called the hypnotic state. But you can have a lot of suggestions, and your mind basically takes over. Now, if anybody's watched like a comedy hypnotism show, everybody is basically under an attempted trance at the beginning of the show to try and find and weed out volunteers. And so that's that big thing that they do where it's like everybody imagine, either holding a heavy balloon and like a stone and, with their eyes closed, and they'll walk you through it. But they weed out the ones who will be willing to do stuff because they'll take the people who are willing to do funny things and they'll bring them up. And then the other thing is they will try and figure out, well, so the hypnotism, so this guy, he was telling us how there are people who want to be hypnotized, but they don't want to do anything. And it's like, he said, hey, do you want to go back to your seat? And they're like, no. And it's like, oh, okay. But they don't want to do anything because when you're in that state, you're like the most relaxed you've ever been. Whether you actually have been or not, you believe you are. And so they wanted to stay in that state. And so that's like a super funny thing that you wouldn't like normally think of or think about, but coming from the hypnotist that has this thing. So um, okay, all right. I see the request, so I'm gonna prep for the request, but then also I'm gonna wrap up this story about eating at Applebee's. So basically, Alex gets hypnotized, and we don't do anything like hilarious or funny because it's just kind of giving her the experience of what it's like. Because um, he was like, "Hey, do you want to experience something?" And it's like, and she said yes, and so there we go. So she got hypnotized, and there was nothing like crazy. It was just kind of like get your hand stuck to the table, get your hand stuck to your head, kind of thing. But um, that was cool. Then before our food came out, the Applebee's staff came to ask us, "Hey, if you're a bunch of table of magicians, can you show us something?" And so basically they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll cover a meal if you guys want." And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I want to have a meal covered, but I want to be nice. It's like, oh, if anybody else wants to perform, but I've got my deck of cards ready, so I basically stepped up fastest, I guess. I didn't try and seem too eager, but deep down inside, I was like, I'll totally do this. And so I performed my usual couple of tricks, and then at the end of the night, they basically comped my meal, and I think another bill as well. So we got a couple free meals out of it, um, and so that was awesome. All right, cool. So that was Tuesday night. All right, excellent. I've set aside 4 aces. These aces are going to be helper aces. We need 3 selections. It doesn't matter that I know what they are. So if anybody wants to go ahead and click directly on the screen, if you're on desktop, we need 3 cards selected, and we'll use the heat map to pick. If anybody wants to take a swig of whatever they're drinking to hydrate, I'm hydrating. Let's see here. I'm also curious if my heat map is working because it looks like, hold on, this will be me. Okay, there we go. All right. Excellent. Um, oh yeah, so at the end of the night of Applebee's, it was wonderful time. Can't really complain. I got a selfie of like all the magicians before we left Applebee's. Well, I mean, literally we were outside of the Applebee's, but it was a really fun night. It's a night filled with magic. So got a lecture. I got to show some magic, even though I wasn't planning on showing magic, because when I go to a magic club, I mean, nobody has to see magic. Everybody's like, oh, okay, we get it. We feel, it was nice. Okay, anybody want to name any cards? Doesn't matter that I know what they are. It's fine. We can. Let's see. Who are the last three people in chat? Here we have Gibson Lens, which I know is the ace of. Oh no, I can't use the ace though. The aces are going to be the helpers. Okay, Chan the Magic Man is queen, queen of clubs. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. Charlie is the ace, which is also going to be help. Let's see. Let's find E-Room. I don't think E-Room's here yet, but and let's see. Nine of Spades. Yet to be signed. Okay. So here we go. We have Nine of Spades, Queen of Clubs, Three of Hearts. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and lose these into the middle of the deck. So we'll lose Three of Hearts kind of towards the bottom. And then Chan the Magic Man kind of in the middle. And then Nine of Spades into like near the top. Then we'll give it a riffle. And you'll see that that is a legit riffle. I'll push that in. Okay. All right, so we have the four aces. The four aces will help us out. A couple of people in chat are some of the aces. They will help out. So Gibson Lens is here. Charlie's Beats is here. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and have them search for our three cards that we are looking for. And so here, we'll send in Charlie's Beats. There we go. Charlie's going to go ahead and look. And now if we determine that Charlie is now looking for the cards in the deck. So Gibson Lens also going to be looking in the deck for the cards. And then Ace of Clubs. And that is now also looking in the deck. And the Rusty Panda. So here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but they're now all searching through the entire deck. And if we take a look, they're not on the top. And they're not on the bottom. But if we just go ahead and take a look in the middle of the deck, there's a few cards that are face up. So here we have our aces. And we take a look. In between each ace, there is a face down card, and those three face down cards are the Nine of Spades, the Queen of Clubs, and Three of Hearts. And that, my friends, is Apex Aces. I forgot to check to see if this was a boss trick. I don't think this was, but let me just double check. Boom. Okay. Yes. Okay. Nope. This is not a boss trick. All right. Adamski Elders, thank you kindly for the applause. Gibson Lens, thank you kindly for the claps. I just realized I don't even have my own trick list open. All right. Cool. So, let's see. Those were my misadventures from earlier in the week. So, last night I went to a holiday party. Now, originally my whole family was invited, so it would have been me, my wife, and my kid. But my kid had a little bit of a meltdown, like a half an hour before we were gonna go. It was like, we probably shouldn't go. It'll be close to bedtime. She should probably go to sleep early. So my wife was like, "All right, go ahead, you go, and I'll just stay here with her." And I'm like, "Okay." Mostly because uh, the person who invited us was a magician friend having his holiday party. So went to his holiday party. Um, I was the only other magician there, so it was just me and him. But he was basically busy doing host duties. So it's mostly his family, his coworkers. I basically didn't know anybody else except for him and his wife because I'd met them. So I'm like, all right, this is a perfect opportunity to do what? To practice magic on a bunch of other people. And so basically the entire night I went around and did a ton of different magic tricks and this is like an interesting group of people. So not only is he a magician, but he doesn't do a bunch of the card tricks at the same level and depth that I do. He does all sorts of magic. He's kind of like a Ben Hallowthorne, so he'll do like card magic, coin magic, does things for kids. He has balloons, he has an egg bag. And so he's tailored his show for kids. So, but I basically just do card magic. But I'm a funny guy, I hope, and that's kind of where I got a lot of good practice. So I did like 10 or so tricks, different tricks. And I was very very well practiced on most of them because I basically do them on stream. So thank you guys, and I got a lot of good feedback because everybody was like, "Oh, hey, you're good," and I'm like, "Thanks." It's very validating to think that I'm at least polished, that it was entertaining enough. There were a couple of moments where it was very good, because actually, let me give an example, right? So one of the tricks that I normally do, and you guys will know when I get like a raid and stuff, I basically do the trick where I make the card jump up to the top. And so here, let's pretend that this, and I said that, his coworkers were there. He works at the TSA, so all of his coworkers are TSA. So let's pretend TSA agent number one got this card. And I basically did the entire ambitious card routine for TSA agent one. And then, and so we basically went through the entire trick. And I know that looks super suspicious, but TSA agent number two was also there the entire time. TSA agent number three was the person who walked over and didn't get a chance to see that trick. So I had that person select a trick, select a card, and basically did the trick for them as well. And then at one point, when I was wrapping up that trick, when that card was selected for the last time and they snapped and it came up to the top, they were wondering like, hey, what happens if TSA agent number one snaps? And I was able, because I subconsciously tracked the card. I guess I consciously tracked it because I'm like, wait, if it was here, it was there. And so I knew where it was. And then I was like, aha. So I was able to bring TSA agent number one's card back up to the top when she snapped. And I was like, yeah. And one of the best reactions of the night from that. So that was good. The other trick that I did a bunch that got some good reactions, and I actually don't do that as much on stream, I guess because people don't like it as much. I don't know why. I liked it and it got good reactions, so let me do it now, but I've done it on stream before. Whoops. I'm dumb. Visible palm. Okay. So let's do that. All right. Let's grab 4 cards. So we have 4 cards. What I'm going to do is I'll leave one over here, and I would tell them, hey, I'm going to go ahead and tell you about a secret of magic. And that kind of gets them in, so that gets the crowd in. And then I ask them, have you heard of palming? And so when I palm a card at certain angles, it would look invisible. But if I was to expose it, you would then see that there's a card in my hand. But this trick, or this technique, is called the invisible palm. For anybody who's into magic, it's also called the open travelers, so you might hear it referred to as that. But anyway, if I go ahead and I invisibly palm this card, I don't know if you can see it. You can't because it's invisible. But then I ask him, oh, can you feel the magic? And it's like, oh, okay, great. You won't be able to see it until I place it back down on the table. And there it is. And at first, everybody's like, huh? What? And then, so I think they think that they might have missed something. So now I tell them, okay, tell you what, I'm going to break a rule of magic, which, by the way, this is not breaking the rule of magic because this is part of the routine. But I'm going to go ahead and tell them, I'm going to do it again. And so here, if I go ahead and I palm, but badly, it'll look like this, and I show them that there's a card in my hand. But then when we palm, but invisibly, here we go, and then I show them, do you see it? No? Okay, good, it's invisible. That's what a good palm looks like. And then we go ahead and I tell them, all right, you won't be able to see it until I place it back down onto the table. And so there it is. And then finally I tell them, hey, try and remember this one. This is the Jack of Spades. So we go ahead and place the Jack of Spades on the table. I show them the other 3 cards. And then we're going to go ahead and take the Jack of Spades. And we're just going to go ahead and palm it off of the deck. And we will palm it off of the deck like so. I should probably leave that on camera. But anyway, then I ask them, oh, can you see it? No? Okay, good, because it's invisible. And you won't be able to see it until I place it back down onto the table, like this. And there we have it. And of course, I show them these are all the other cards, and this is the Jack of Spades. And that got some of the best reactions last night. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I should really think the difference is that I usually perform this and I need a table, and so I can't always do it. But yeah, that one people liked a lot. Charlie's got the sussy pants emote. I mean, can you have sussy pants if you have no pants? Plausible deniability. All right. Okay, let's see. What else? I did improv a couple of tricks last night. One of the ones that I liked, and it's not going to work out well here on stream. It works well in person, but on stream because it's not burnable. But let me explain a different trick that is similar. And there's this trick called card to mouth. It sounds horrible, but it also sounds hilarious. But what happens is basically at some point you put the selection into your mouth, and usually in like magic books, it's like you just put it in your mouth when they're not looking, and that's basically the punchline. I did some equivalent to that last night. That also got really good reactions. So, all right, I see a request from Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie. Let me go ahead and find some cards. Actually, I think this is a boss trick because I have not done this actually in a bit, and the last time I did it, I messed it up according to my notes. Let me see here. Too many cards. Yep, this has been a boss trick that I haven't revisited in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 4. This might be like the 5th stream since like I did it. So thanks for the request, Charlie. And so let me see here. Boss. There we go. Chat, you guys found a boss. Thank you. Well done. You kicked down the door. Does anybody play Munchkin? When I was younger, I played the card game Munchkin. I thought it was cool. I liked it. But now in retrospect, it's a very simple game. I mean, I guess I'm not bashing it in any way, but I guess relatively speaking. Okay. Charlie's Beat says awesome. All right, or cack. All right, and thanks, thanks for the claps, Chan, for finding the boss trick. All right, let me see here. Okay, so this is too many cards. So here we've got the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, and the 5 of spades. Why am I using spades? Well, because Charlie requested the trick, and Charlie's Beats has signed the ace of spades. So, all right, first things first, I'm going to go ahead and show you that I'm going to go ahead and place the ace of spades into the packet. It's not on the top, it's not on the bottom, but we're just going to go ahead and place that in there. However, if I snap, that will bring the ace back up to the top. I know that's super weird, but that's okay. Look, we can do it again. I'm going to go ahead and grab the ace, place it in the middle of the packet there. But if I snap, that'll bring it back up to the top. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's very hard to track this because you are trying to look at 5 different cards, but you only have 2 eyes. And so to make it a little bit more fair, let me go ahead and take this out of the packet. So now there's only 4 cards in here, and let me start again with the 2. So here's the 2. Now if I go ahead and I place the 2 into the packet, it's not on the top, it's not on the bottom, but I'll push it in there. But if I snap, it will jump from the middle to the top. And look, we can do it again. I'm going to go ahead and grab the 2, place it into the middle of the packet. If I snap, it'll jump back up to the top. There we go. And to that, you would probably say, oh, well, that doesn't seem fair because, well, I have 4 cards and you only have 2 eyes. So that's okay. I'll go ahead and take out another one. Let's do something else for the 3, though. So here we've got the 3, 4, and the 5. And if I place the 3 in between the 4 and the 5, if I just close that up and give it a shake, because obviously we give it a snap, that'll jump back up to the top, but we don't want that to happen because, I don't want to reveal the secrets of magic today. But look, that's going to turn the 3 face down. And if I go ahead and I turn these cards face down and place the 3 back in between them, and if I shake, that's going to go ahead and reveal the 3 has turned back face up. And to that, you're probably thinking, hey, that's not fair. And to that I would say, is it because I have 3 cards and you only have 2 eyes? And I guess that's the answer. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 out. And so, okay, we only have the 4 and the 5 left. So look, if I go ahead and I take the 4 and I place it beneath the 5, like so. If I go ahead and I do a snap, that will make the 4 jump back up to the top. I know, is that weird? That's super weird. That shouldn't happen. Oh yeah, look, the 5 is still on, but here. But actually, maybe what I should do instead, let me go ahead and hold on, wait. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember how to end this trick. Okay, let me grab the 4. And what I want to do with the 4 is I'm going to go ahead and so now we have the 5 on the top and the 4 over here. Oh, okay, I remember. So because now we have 2 cards and you have 2 eyes, there should be no reason for you to not be able to follow this. However, I guess because you've had trouble following thus far, I'll do you a favor. Let me go ahead and remove. The 4. Yeah, I have to remove the 4. But wait. I think, yeah, hang on. Okay. All right. Yeah, let me go ahead and remove the 4. Okay, so I'll remove the 4. And then here's the final punchline. All right, I'm gonna say that I didn't mess this up, but like I wasn't happy with how I did that, so it can stay on the boss trick list because um, 'cause basically all that jumble stuff at the end there. But anyway, okay. Here's the thing. Now if I welcome in Alchemutation. Thank you for the raid. We are wrapping up this trick, and we're actually at the very end. So let me do the punchline, and then we'll welcome you in proper. All right, here we go. I don't know if you can tell, but this is probably the 5. But actually not the 5 that you're thinking of. This is actually the 5 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is... I don't want to say I beat the boss, but I fought it and I didn't die, so that's good. I'll just say I'll beat the boss, but I'll leave it on the list. Anyway, welcome in Alchemutation. Hey, E-Room, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you kindly for the bang. Don't clip that. I guess out of context. Anyway, Alchemutation, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How's it going? Let's see. Also, welcome in Valkyria Alicia, Jesse Nicole, Redurden, E-Room, of course. And how's everybody doing tonight? Craig, how is your stream? Craig, I actually have a mentalism trick for you. Okay, hold on. I'm going to attempt to read your stream. You were playing music today. I believe you were calling it... You were calling today Smilecore Sunday. And actually, to prove to you that I know... I actually have this vision in my head. I see that you're wearing pajama pants. Perhaps pajama pants that have a Muppet on it. Is it an animal? I think it's the Muppet animal. Am I correct? Is that correct? Craig, am I correct? Welcome, Raiders. Welcome again, Raiders. Welcome in more Raiders. Thank you for the second raid. Alchemutation. You can either take one conclusion away from this. I'm a mentalist. Or I was lurking. Clearly I'm a mentalist. But anyway, welcome in, Craig. How's it going? How are you doing tonight? I don't know why that happened. Lol. I hope your pajama pants are very comfortable. Clearly. How was the stream? Hopefully it went well. Hopefully it went well outside of the vision of my mentalism. You know, I can't read everything. But anyway, thank you so much for bringing your community over here. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And guys, if you are not aware, please give Alchemutation a follow, aka Craig. And Craig is also the signer of the Ace of Clubs and the #1 raider to this stream. So it was a lot of fun. Awesome. I'm glad to hear. All right. So I think everybody knows me, but if not, hi, my name is Nam. I also like to do sleight of hand card magic on streams, and I've stolen a StreamerSonglist, and I only put tricks in it. So if anybody wants to request any tricks, feel free. Craig, if you would like to request anything for the raid, you are welcome to do so, and I will try and perform a trick for you and your community. But in the interim, we were also chatting about all sorts of things. I told people about my magical week. We had a magic lecture coming to town. I did effectively a walk around for a friend's holiday party, but like I was just an attendee. I didn't, he didn't hire me or anything. I was just his friend. So, tear down lurk, then I will return. All right, awesome. And then good luck tearing down. And then also we were asking people, what childhood toy do you think most affected you as an adult? So we talked about a bunch of things earlier. Video games were very popular because we mentioned Atari. We mentioned, well, actually, I didn't really share much of what I thought affected me, right? To be fair, I think a lot of toys affected me as a kid, but I don't know if I could name one because I have so many diverse like interests now. But we just finished doing a boss trick. I didn't mess up the trick as in like I revealed the secrets of magic, but I did mess it up a little bit because I was like not happy with how I ended it. But otherwise, yeah, delicious. I had a talk boy and it got me into recording and into sound processing. Dude, that is awesome. I mean, that's also what the marketers hoped that the talk boy would do. But yeah, if anybody is not familiar with the talk boy, that's the voice recorder from that you would see a lot in Home Alone 2, or I think was that also in the first Home Alone? Definitely, it was featured in Home Alone 2 a lot. And basically, you record and you can play it back very slowly, quickly, and so yeah, 2, yes. E-Room said the Evil Knievel stunt cycle changed my life for the better. Whoa, okay. I'm not familiar with the Evil Knievel stunt cycle. If you are okay with telling us about it, feel free. I'll read how you describe it. Charlie's like nice. Yeah, I definitely think video games did affect me as well. I'm not sure what toys would have affected me the most. I did have a hill in my backyard, and that means when it snowed, I could sled on it, and I didn't have to go anywhere. I could just go outside in the backyard, and all of like the neighborhood kids would come over to my house because I had the biggest hill in the neighborhood. So, all right. Speaking of hypnotism, there is a trick I want to try. This is a brand new trick, so this is going to be fun for anybody who has not seen this before. So, let me. I know I probably shouldn't try brand new tricks when raiders come in because I could mess it up. But you know, that's what makes life interesting. So here we go. E-Room says a wind-up motorcycle with evocation figure. Okay. Um, the bike would pop wheelies, jump ramps, and do flips. It was hours of fun. That's awesome. That sounds so cool. Yeah. I even remember when I was a kid, I just loved seeing like Hot Wheels on a track. Like I got Hot Wheels, I had some cars, but I would have to push them. But just seeing the ones on the track or anything that would do any action on its own was pretty cool to me. So, all right. So this trick is called Hypno Aces, and if you've not heard of Hypno Aces, we're going to try and simulate some hypnosis. You're not really going to get hypnotized because I don't really know how to do that. But okay, so first of all, we have 4 cards here, and I'm going to let you know that they all have this symbol called the hypnosis symbol. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin this around on a circle on screen, and you'll kind of see, you can kind of almost see that that's moving, right? So it's kind of moving. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you all of them. And so here, let's once again. Does that look like it's spinning? This is super cool. When I saw this on camera for the first time, I was like, whoa, that actually looks pretty awesome. It actually looks like it's spinning, right? And also we have that. So there we go. So we have all of these. And here's what I want to do. I want to hypnotize you into thinking that these cards are a little bit more than what they actually are. And so I want you to think, let's pretend that I want you to think that these are aces. And I don't know if you can tell, but look, now we have 2 black aces over here, and over here, 2 red aces. And so, I don't know if you can tell, but these are the 4 aces. And that, my friends, is Hypno Aces. All right, brand new trick. So, thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Chan the Magic Man, Gibson Lens, E-Room. Chan, had you seen that one before? So, full disclosure, I could have performed a version of it before, but I would have had to draw my own hypnosis symbol. I don't know if that would have worked as well. I am hypnotized. That crazy Asian is Shin Lim. Adam 07950. Welcome in, and I don't think I'm Shin Lim. First of all, number one. Number two, I don't know if you know anything about Shin Lim, but he used to be able to play piano. I imagine he might be able to still play piano better than me, but he he had to leave the world of music to go to magic because he had like bad tendonitis. And then ironically years later he got into an accident where like both of his arms were severely injured and the doctor gave him the prognosis that he might never do magic again. Well, in 6 months he basically physical therapied his arms back in and Shin Lim can do magic again. But man, it was like super brutal for a while. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a lazy guy, so like, if doctor said I probably could never do magic again, I mean, I don't know if I would have the drive to come back. But if nothing else, like Shin Lim's drive and his tenacity is insane. Like I just cannot imagine. But anyway, thank you for the sentiment, Adam. Checking the gaff meter. Welcome in. Hi, Nam and friends. How's it going? Welcome in. Checking the gaff meter. We were just talking about Shinlim, and but before that, we were talking about what childhood toys do you think most affected you as an adult, if you have any. So, and other than that, I just showed a brand new trick that I've never done on stream before, mostly because I've also never done it. um, I mean, I did. So before showing it today, I did do it a bunch yesterday or 2 days ago, I think. So it wasn't like brand new, but effectively brand new. I got the props, so I got a lot of stuff from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Actually, this is perfect segue because I got a ton of stuff that I can show that I've not shown yet on the stream. So let's just jump to the magic view, but keep on chatting and we'll talk about stuff in chat. But I just want to show because right now we don't have any tricks in the queue. So if anyone wants to see anything, feel free to request a trick. But let's show you a bunch of the stuff. First things first, we have, and you guys have seen me use some stuff like this before, but I have alphabet cards, and so this is just another revamped version of the cards that have letters on them. The difference is that the original ones on bicycle cards just have the letter in the middle. And these are bicycle backed cards, but these have an index. And so that's the difference between these ones and the previous ones. The unfortunate part is that you have to buy them in basically half packs, and it's just one set of the alphabet. So I bought 3 of these just so that I would have enough for presumably whatever. But I guess in retrospect, thinking that my other one that you've seen me use is DMC alphas, and these already have an index, and not only that, an index in all 4 corners. So I'm not just like, all right. I guess between having these and this, like the only novelty of having this is that I could use bicycle cards with them. But otherwise, I think these are better designed, I think, as alphabet cards. But I just wanted to have these just in case. Speaking of DMC, so DMC is a magician. He's a British magician, and he has his own line of cards, also designed by an infamous card designer for magicians named Phil Smith, and they put out a new deck. So DMC has a line called Elites, and these are the latest in the Elite. Let me just double check. There is a card that I don't want to show. All right. Actually, I don't think I've shuffled these yet. So these are the DMC Elites, and if I show you, Ghoulaway, welcome in. How's it going? And as a kid down the street had a Star Wars playset, and it was then that I learned what jealousy was. Oh man, that pang of jealousy. I totally relate. I was jealous to a lot of kids when I was younger. My parents were not very. So first of all, my parents were immigrants from Vietnam. If anybody didn't know, I'm Vietnamese, so they immigrated from Vietnam. So they didn't have much like wealth or anything. So we were. I don't know if we were like lower middle class. Um, I think we were probably lower middle class when we were growing up, when I was growing up. And so they couldn't get me like all the cool toys or all the new things or anything. But I mean, they gave me as good a life as they could. So, and for that, I thank them. Let's see. He has his own show too. Oh yeah. DMC has like a couple of amazing shows. One of which is on Netflix. So if you want to see him like travel the world and do ridiculous magic, that's one. And then there was another one that I couldn't get access to because I think it was on like National Geographic and I don't have access to it. But I love DMC. I like DMC. Let's see. That's a beautiful deck. Excellent. I don't know if you were talking about this one or the other one, but yeah, the back design of this is simplistic. There's a lot of patterns, two little dots, but it's simplistic as far as like how that goes. And then the Ace of Spades has DMC in the center here. These all have the classic look that most decks of cards do. And then the face cards, they just have a slightly different color. They basically look the same, but it's a little bit, I guess, darker or muted as far as like how bright the colors are. The cool thing about the Jokers is that they basically look like this. So actually, there is something we can do quickly with this deck. So let me go ahead and F this deep question. I am struggling. Oh, it's okay. Like you can struggle. Actually, let me go ahead and place the Jokers off to the side here for a second. So here we have Joker, right? Let me place those off to the side. And then we're just going to go ahead and give this a legitimate shuffle for the first time. Have not shuffled the deck yet. So here's our first shuffle. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can do... So if anybody is curious about this shuffle that I do all the time, I attempt to do something called the Pharaoh Shuffle. F-A-R-O. It's actually cool in terms of like mathematics as well, but potentially useful to magicians if people like to do very precise things. I won't get into it any deeper than that. But actually, these Jokers can do something super interesting. I need a card selected, so let's just go ahead and I will break here. Right there. Okay, let's pretend that this is the selection. I'm actually going to close my eyes, turn my head, cough, and then I will reveal that card. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'll turn it just in case like the lighting is weird. Anyway, I'm going to tilt it down. I'm going to open my eyes, turn my head back. Does somebody have it? Dirky Blaine says, that wasn't a Pharaoh, that was an unshuffle. Probably by Paul Gertner. Got it. All right, E-Room's got it. All right, great, excellent. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have these two Jokers. Grab it from the deck. Okay. All right, here we go. I don't know if you could tell, but these two Jokers have gotten the card. I know that didn't look very convincing, and actually, it looks like that there's still two cards here. But here, let me show you. See, look, the card is in there amongst the two Jokers. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on, let me catch it. Probably Paul. Oh yeah, so Paul Gertner performed Unshuffled. I don't think he developed it, right? He didn't develop it. Anyway, yeah, I know if you can't see it. E-Room, go ahead and tell me what the card was. It's okay to tell me at this point. Two love, so two of hearts. All right, I don't know if you can see, but here, right there, this Joker has gotten the two of hearts. It was between them. See, two of hearts right there, right here. Yeah, there you go. See, two of hearts. Is that weird? That's super weird, right?
Yes.
All right. Excellent. E-Room said two of hearts. Thank you kindly for the mind blown. Checking the gaff meter's got a mind blown. Charlie's Beat says, what the? And then Chan says, nice, nice, nice. And Checking the Gaff Meter's got lol. And thank you kindly for the applause, E-Room, and Chan the Magic Man, and Gibson Lens. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So anyway, that is one of several features that come with the Elites deck. So thank you kindly for the claps, Adam. So, all right, let me, okay, yep, there we go. So yeah, that was one of the unique features that comes with the Elites DMC deck. I would not recommend casual card players get this because it's kind of expensive for like a regular deck. Normally these are like $16 one deck. So I think for the Black Friday sale, I don't know if they were on sale at all or if I just got it because I needed to get to a dollar threshold, because what the magic shops were doing was get to this dollar amount and then they throw in like a free gift. And so like I was like, oh, okay, if I do this, I'll get this dollar amount. That might have been it, but or it might have been a little bit on discount. So I got a few of those. All right, cool. So that was that. Next up, for anybody, oh yeah, we did talk about video games a lot earlier. So, we have a trick request from Charlie's Beats. All right, let me show off this deck, and then maybe I can do this trick with this deck. That would be cool. So this next deck is called, and this is seasonally appropriate, this is called Santa's Sleigh Ride playing cards. So I did not buy this deck, but this was one of those free gifts I was talking about. And so the cards look like this. They do look 8-bit. They do look pixelated on the back if you look close enough. If my camera will focus. Big Ducky Snow, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. And so this is and not only that, but the faces also look pixelated, so you can see the clubs there. Ah, there you go. Now it's focusing. So yeah, look, the pips are pixelated. And so let's show you a heart. There you go. And I have not shuffled these ones either. So, but let's just give you. Oh yeah, actually, here's the Ace of Spades. And then the two jokers are reindeer here. So there's the reindeer. And then let's look at some face cards. So the face cards are like different elves and Santa. And then let's see here. But pixelated. All right, cool. So okay. All right, so let me see here. Oh, let me remove a couple of these because these are not part of this. So I'm going to give this a legit regular shuffle. Actually, I'm going to leave the jokers out because I don't want them for the trick later. All right, first legit real shuffle. Ducky is doing just quacktastic. Word up. One blessing after another today. How's you doing, crazy? I'm doing pretty well, Big Ducky. Life is good, can't complain. I had a very magical week. I was telling people earlier, we had a magic lecturer come in. That was a great lecture. I watched somebody get hypnotized in real life. I got a free meal because I was doing magic, and I did basically a walk-around magic show for a magician friend's holiday party. He didn't pay me. I was just there as an attendee and just decided to do magic. So, yeah. So otherwise, that was it. All right, cool. So anyway, yep, that is the deck, and I do have to set up for this. So we're gonna hop back over here, and let me prep. I have to grab some cards. But yeah, life's good. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't done shoutouts. So guys, we should probably do some shoutouts. All right. All right, guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Please give Charlie's Beats a follow. Charlie's Beats, basically the person I consider a music Twitch famous chatter, because in all the music chats that I would hang out in, I basically see Charlie in. Charlie has streamed before, video games, music, but we don't know when he'll stream again. But if you don't follow him, then we have no idea when he will. Give Charlie's Beats a follow, because I said so. All right, guys, you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens, pianist, has composed a bunch of his own originals. Sight reads a bunch of Charlie's Beats. Thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. But Gibson Lens working on an album, and we've heard that there's progress being made, so super excited. Also, if you enjoy the Hype Train music here, that's a Gibson Lens original, so definitely give our friend Gibson Lens a follow. Guys, if you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man, please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians that has a regular magic schedule. Chan the Magic Man does Magic Mondays, so give Chan a follow, catch him tomorrow night, and you'll be able to catch some magic. But Chan also does music and also does retro game streams, community game streams. So you can catch him throughout the week doing different things. So I know we gave Hallowthorn a shout out earlier, but guys, if you're not following our friend Hallowthorn, Hallowthorn is a Singaporean magician, has a lot of in real life gigs, has streamed a lot on Twitch before. I know hasn't been able to stream on Twitch a lot lately, but please give Hallowthorn a follow and definitely support Ben. Guys, if you are not following our friend Durkee Blaine, I know Durkee Blaine is currently working, but Durkee Blaine is a magician, but mostly streams music and gaming. No, just gaming. Sorry, where did I get music from? Durkee Blaine plays games, right? I think I lurked once. I didn't say anything, but yeah, please give Durkee Blaine some love. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through a chat to see where. We gave Alcommutation a shout out, right? If we had, I'm pretty sure we did. But guys, when you're following our friend Craig, Alcommutation, please give Alcommutation a follow. Alcommutation, #1 rater to the stream, but plays guitar, which we call Smilecore. So if you listen and you're not smiling, please give Craig a follow, because then you'll know it's the authentic real deal. Let's see. Guys, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. E-Room, known as the Pope of Indiana, has basically variety stream, like the most variety. You can catch him showing you things in real life. You can catch him doing community games. You can catch him opening Kinder eggs or other things on stream. But definitely give E-Room a follow. And then let's see. And then, is there anybody else I'm missing? Anybody else? Oh, yeah, that's right. Hold on, I'm still scrolling in chat. Guys, you're not following our friend Big Ducky Snow. Please give Big Ducky Snow a follow. Big Ducky Snow, productivity streamer, but has also been streaming karaoke singing lately. So definitely give Big Ducky Snow a follow as well. Raiders from the same place. Sorry, I'm just catching up with chat, and I missed that one the last time. It's kind of interesting that there's no like stipulation of like when you raid once. I guess for the people who stay, right? So like if you raid your channel out, but there's that option. It's like, do you want to stay with the raid or do you want to stay in the channel? You could choose to stay in the channel. So then a second raid would actually collect all of those people, right? I was just thinking of the logistics of that just now. So that would be a valid reason, I guess, to do that. Let's see. If anybody else streams and I haven't called your name and you're a friend of the stream, definitely let us know. We'll give you a shout out. All right. hold on. So I think, do we get everybody? Let's see. Big Ducky Snow says, I got a December 23 stream coming up. Christmas lovers, this is a must for you. Ooh, okay. I assume you'll be singing Christmas music. Is that? All right. Scandalous Shuffle. E-Room says shuffle together the large deck and the gigantic deck. All right. I'm going to wait until after I do this trick, and then we'll do the Scandalous Shuffle. All right. Turkey Blaine says, after the first of the year, I'll be doing more magic, setting up a new space. Dude, awesome. Cool. Yeah, let us know. If I can make it, I'll try. All right. Let's see. Had a 2-year affiliate anniversary 2 days ago. Chan, you did? You became an affiliate 2 years ago, basically? And 2 days ago? Congratulations. That's so cool. I'm sorry I have not been keeping up. It's been hectic over here. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Congratulations, Chan. Awesome. That's big news. Okay. All right. Next up, maximum penetration using the Santa cards or Santa sleigh ride cards. All right. First of all, I just want to show you that this box is empty. So here we have an empty, I guess it, yeah, so there's no cards in there. So, all right. Okay. First things first, we have a Joker, and then we have another Joker. All right, so we'll leave the Jokers over there. And then over here, we have the Ace and 2 and 3 of spades. And so here's what we're going to do. First, let's start with the Ace. And first things first, I'm going to go ahead and place the Ace here in between the two Jokers. All right, and so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how this reindeer is capable of going through the night sky. Let's pretend this packet is the night sky. And so that's how we're going to do that, okay? So we're going to go ahead. I'm trying to think of this story in a way that makes sense. Alstro Art, welcome in. What's up, crazies? I'm doing well. We're doing a trick called maximum penetration. The card trick. And okay, so here we go. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Joker is going to penetrate through the night sky packet. And so here we go. I don't know. Hold on. Failure to launch. Ready? Okay, there we go. So there's our ace. Ace penetrating through the night sky. Okay. Let's see. Next up, we're gonna need the. Let's see. We're gonna need the 2. So here's the 2. We're going to place the 2 here in between the 2 Jokers. And what we're going to do is, actually wait. We're going to go ahead and place the 2 in between the Jokers. And here's what we're going to do now. We are going to go ahead and have the 2 penetrate through the 2 Jokers. Man, I really haven't done this trick in a while. I'm also trying to make it, sorry. So that 2 is going to penetrate through the Jokers. Okay, that doesn't make sense now doing the night sky thing. Sorry. I'm just totally lost. This could be a boss trick because I'm just trying to do too much, I think. Okay, but look. That 2 has jumped through these 2 cards. So now the Jokers are now going to get, let's see, so here we have the 3, and what we're going to do with the 3 is, what what are we going to do with the 3? We are going to do this with the 3. We're going to place the 3 here into the box. Okay. And we still have our 2 jokers over here. But now, if I go ahead and close the box, that 3 is going to penetrate through this box. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you could tell, but look. That 3 has penetrated through. Now, the 2 cards in my hand, the 2 jokers, they are going to penetrate reality. Because look, if I just push them together like this, they're going to become 1 card. And that 1 card is no longer a joker. That 1 card is the 4. And then finally, to that, we would say, well, we know that there's really 1 card in here, though when I shake it, there's no cards in there. But that's okay. This is where it's going to penetrate your mind. And if I pull this card out, you're probably thinking, oh, this is totally the jokers. And I would say, nope, this is actually the 5. And that, my friends, is a feeble-ish, weakish attempt at maximum penetration. The card trick, using Santa's sleigh ride cards. Welcome in, Alstro Art. How's it going? How are you doing? We've talked about a lot of stuff, but if you want to answer the question, what childhood toy do you think most affected you as an adult? That's something that we talked about earlier. If anybody else wants to answer that as well, feel free. Let's see. Big Ducky Snow. Durkey Blaine, may I whisper to you? You'd have to whisper me first. Oh, okay. I see. Cool. Awesome. Thank you kindly for the claps. Alstro Art, E-Room, Chan the Magic Man, Adam, Gibson Lens. Well done. Deaf playing cards in general. Yeah. Oh, man. I will never get over how amusing it is for me to say the name of that trick out loud verbally. What were we doing? We were going through a bunch of my Black Friday stuff, and so this was one of the decks that I got during Black Friday, or Cyber Monday, I don't remember exactly, but there it is, Santa's Sleigh Ride cards. So we showed off a couple of other decks. We have another one. This one is not a good deck, but I was like, let me get it because maybe I could do some fun money-related tricks with money playing cards, but they're not like the money that I wanted to. So here's those. This purchase is kind of one I regret now that I see the cards and feel the cards, but I mean, I'm sure I'll be able to find something to do with these otherwise. I mean, they're still cards, so I can still do magic with them. But, so here's what the backs look like. So they don't really look like $1 at all. They're not even oriented the correct way. But that's what the backs look like. And then the front looks drastically different. The Jokers look super uncharacteristically weird because here's what the Joker looks like. It literally looks like maybe the Batman Joker. And I'm like, why on earth would they look like that as part of this deck? E-Room says, Ben Franklin, our greatest president ever. I mean, I don't doubt you. So yeah, here's Ben Franklin on the Ace of Spades, and then all of the other cards, like the spades look kind of weak. They don't even look like they stand out. The face cards look super weird. There's probably legal reasons why they can't make it look more like money. I mean, I know that they can have fake money as far as like printed on paper, but I mean, they can make it be horizontal, and then like if they're really concerned, they could probably put like, you know, not legal tender somewhere. But like, I don't know, the way, I don't even understand this deck. That's the thing. Like the pips don't stand out. Like they all look like this, and then the face cards, I don't even know who they are. They all are. I don't understand. Like those are interesting. Says checking the gaff meter. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. And then I still don't understand the like the Joker. Like this to me, this is the Batman Joker. Like. I don't know. Anyway. Alright, let's give it a legit shuffle, at least, and we'll go there. That looks like Lord Farquaad. Yeah, I know, right? The king has a sword through his head. I mean, yeah. So in uh in Magic, or sorry, not in Magic, in cards, when you refer to the king that has the sword going through his head, that's called the Suicide King. That's a normal art thing. Hold on, let me find whichever one you're referring to. Right here. So yeah, we call that the Suicide King. So King of Hearts might be Grizzly Adams. I don't even know who Grizzly Adams is, but to me, this just looks like a king that was a lumberjack at one point in his life, and that's who he is. Yeah. Wow, I feel ridiculous for never noticing that. Yeah, yeah. In most decks, hold on, I have a bicycle deck, literally right over here. Actually, let me get the one with the regular artwork, because the small one. Yeah, yeah. Let's see, King of. Is that not that one? Yeah, King of Hearts. There's a sword going through his head. We call that the Suicide King. So. Yeah, no worries for not feeling silly. You don't have to feel silly. That's not like a thing. Unless you spend a lot of time looking at decks of cards. It's not like a detail I would expect a lot of people to notice. So it's fine. No worries. Don't be embarrassed. It's all good. Okay, so legit shuffle. All right. So what I was hoping to do with some of these is like I was hoping to be like, hey, how much money do you have? Oh, well, this thing cost $400, right? So let me find $400. And so here we go. Here's one, two, three, $400. Boom, there you go. And then I have saved myself $100. So learn something new. Yep, exactly. But I don't know. I could probably still do some stuff like that. But okay, so that was a regret purchase, but we got it anyway. Next up, this was also a free deck, but this is actually a good deck. So let's show you this one. So this is called the King Deco deck. So let me explain. The deco is Art Deco. So basically all of the art in this is Art Deco. King actually refers to King Penguin. So all of the face cards are King Penguins, and everything is Art Deco. So I'm like, I have no idea who came up with this, but first, this thing is beautiful. Eroom says, "What is this $100 bill that you speak of?" Yeah, I know exactly, right. So, so here's the backs of the cards. I mean, look at the detail on this thing, and it's very colorful. It is Art Deco, and it is. If I turn it upside down, it's the exact same thing. So it's perfect for a lot of Magic. All right, let's show you the faces. Oh, actually, let me put those off to the side there. Okay, and so here we go. Faces. Here's the Jokers. And it makes sense now knowing that King is related to penguins, because you're like, why are there penguins on there? And it's like, no, King Penguin and Art Deco. There you go. So that's good. And I love that all of the aces all have the gigantic pips to match. So they're all big pips, even though the spade still gets like a bigger one than like all of the other ones. But so those are cool. Where did you buy these from? So I did not buy these. These came for free as part of like a Black Friday. But it was either, so there's two like big Magic websites. But since you're a magician, there's one of two. I can get you more details, but it's either, to be fair, I think it's probably Penguin Magic, so that probably makes the most sense. But it could have also been from Vanishing. So if you're familiar with those sites, those places. So certainly one of those two places will have these, if not both. And then here's some face cards. So the face cards also have penguins. So lovely, beautiful penguins. So there's our spades. And the thing that I love about this is like the artwork for all of them are actually very different. Because like the spades, they tried to make it kind of look like spades. For the diamonds, kind of tried to make it look a little bit like diamond-y. And then like clubs, probably tried to make it look like the club leaves. The only one that doesn't really look like it, I think, is the king. But like, I can see the influence of like the leaf on the jack and on the queen. So I actually never thought that those companies made playing cards. Lol. I mean, they might not have in the past, but they, if not, they certainly have them available there. But Vanishing has a separate website that basically handles just playing cards. It's still under the vanishing. Like you can go to the main site and then just look up playing cards, and it'll direct you to it. So yeah, the K looks like an H. Yeah, or yeah, I agree with that. The K does kind of look like an H, which is funny because I showed these to my kid and she said the exact same thing. So you're right. All right, so now that I've messed up the order of these, let's legit shuffle these for the first time. So yeah, I think I'll be happy to add this to my stack of open premium decks. Which, by the way, if anybody ever wants to see me use a premium deck of cards when performing some sleight of hand magic, we have a redeem for that. So I have many. I have at least 40, although maybe 45 now because I just got a bunch of decks. So full disclosure, the $100 playing cards with Ben Franklin on them are probably not going to be there. Sorry. Okay. All right, but yeah, this was a lovely deck. I like this one. The cool thing about these, this is a limited print run, so there was apparently only 2,000 of these, so I have like 13, was that 79? So okay, and then these last two are like regular bicycle decks, but they're not really that regular. Actually, wait, let me see if I can do a magic trick with these. Hold on, I just got to prep something. I was playing around with an idea, and I wanted to see how it does. So let me maybe just test that really quick. I'm not revealing the secrets of magic. All right, cool. Alstar Art says, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin in shambles. I know. I'm sorry, Ben Franklin. Super cool. So checking the gaff meter. Thank you kindly for the super cool. All right, so here's what I want to do. La la la. I'm going to go ahead and let me do this. Okay. All right. Perfect. And then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Okay, guys. I hope this is going to be awesome because otherwise I will have just revealed some secrets of magic. Actually, hold on. Maybe to make this less... Oh no, do I have... Hold on. Hold on. Please hold. Hold your horses. Hold my horses. Hold all the horses. Okay, let's do this one. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, I've got it. Holding, all right, cool. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, I've got a deck, and I'm gonna need to stop somewhere. So let's go ahead and stop right here. This is the selection. Doesn't matter if I see it or not. Let's just go ahead and show you. This is a four of diamonds. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put the 4 of diamonds back into the middle of the deck here. And I don't know if you could tell, but we're just going to go ahead and shuffle here. So, okay, first things first, I'm going to show you that that your card's not hiding on the bottom, but all we have to do is snap, and it will make it appear at the bottom. Was that your card, the 4 of diamonds? It wasn't the... Whoa, that's right. I don't know why I'm asking. I saw it. So, but also, yeah. So the nine of spades. That was not your card. Okay. So here's the thing. I wanted to show you this deck because it looks really cool. I know you couldn't tell what it was, but these cards are a little bit different than your regular bicycle deck because if I show you, they are low vision playing cards. So if you couldn't see them very easily before, you should be able to see them because they're all like really different looking. And I know it looks kind of normal now, but actually what you have to do is just tap right on and then also they all become like this. And so there we have it. There we have it, guys. Lol. So anyway, that, my friends, is something new I'm playing with, including this. Wow, it says E-Room. Dirky Blaine says nice. Nice. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So this deck, and let me just show you the box here. So this box is basically describing and showing that every card has these. Everything is a different color. So all 4 suits have a different color. So like diamonds are green, clubs are blue, and then hearts are red, and spades are black. But it's gigantic, and I think it's designed for people who can't see cards very well, because honestly, regular cards, they're sometimes hard to see, or if you have like a visual impairment or something, it's really hard to see. So that's kind of why I've been slowly moving to trying different cards. Thank you kindly for the claps. Checking the gaff meter, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, and for the wow and the what the. Turkey Blaine says, I gotta remember to send you both you and Chan a little vid to get opinions on. Oh, Turkey Blaine, yeah, totally. If you want to send something over, I can totally give you my opinions, and slash, or if you want to workshop something, I'm totally down for doing that too. So like this thing that I just did, it was basically an impromptu, like, oh man, I figured out how to do this. Let me do this, and then let me try it on stream. I think it worked out well. I think you guys liked it, right? What you just saw. But that's why I've been moving from like regular cards to like the jumbo card, like the jumbo index cards. So like these ones, it's easier to see like the thing in the corner, and the pips are smaller. And then this is like the next natural step to be like, yo, this is like in your face. It's very clear exactly what these are. So I did set aside the color code card, so like if anybody wanted to see that. But basically it comes with one of these, and it just tells you, like. So there you go. Checking the gaff meter says, yes, loved it. Thank you for the feedback, checking the gaff meter. So yeah, one of the other awesome things about stream, and which is why like you guys see me experiment and try some things on stream sometimes, because it's like, oh, this is like the perfect venue. I'm like, if I mess up horribly, I'm really just revealing magic to my closest friends, right? So thanks. And if I don't mess anything up, I mean, that's okay. You guys will give me an honest opinion, like, man, that sucked, or it could have been better, or man, that was awesome. Although I'd like to think you guys are probably more positive than, yeah. But it's okay. You can give me criticism, maybe off stream. That'd be better. Okay, cool. And so that is the stack of decks that I had over here that we just went through. Oh wait, I've got one more. Hold on, I got one more. Oh, I did get the low vision ones in both black and red, so I do have both. Because, you know, as a magician, you always want the option to have whichever color. Okay. All right, let's see. Actually, should I do this trick as a trick? Maybe I should intro this as a trick. Actually, let me see if I can intro this as a trick before I show you the deck, because I think it would be way cooler to do it as a trick. Let me see here. Do this, do that, and then we need, let me see. Okay, we need this. All right, and actually I need it like this, I think. Okay. All right. 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, I think I got it. All right. Here we go. Let's do another one off the menu. Another one I recently learned. Okay, so first things first, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here. They're the 4 aces, but you just saw that they were all face down, right? However, I can get one of them to turn face up, like this. Look. So there we have the ace of diamonds face up. Okay, so here we go again. Look, I just put the ace of diamonds back in face up, but look, the ace of diamonds will turn itself face down, and the ace of clubs should turn itself face up. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay. And then finally, we have one more. Or no, two more. We got to do the heart. And then we will have the spade, right? So I think, let me just double check here. So here's what we have. I'm going to turn the spades face up. Now here's something that you may not have noticed. This spade doesn't look like a regular spade. It actually looks like it came from a different deck. And the deck is called the Spectrum deck. Now, I don't know if you saw, but when I turned this ace face up, it actually turned all of the aces face up. And not only that, but all of the cards, they've changed. The backs of them have changed. Because if I show you, here's one that's blue, here's one that's green, here's one that's red, and here's one that's like kind of in between. It's like maroon. Actually, I don't know if you know, but did I miss Scandalous Shuffling? Oh no, I didn't do Scandalous Shuffling yet. Okay, all right, we'll do the Scandalous Shuffling after this. Sorry, no, we did not do Scandalous Shuffling. Actually, not only that, I don't know if you could tell, but I had a secret assistant working with me to change the colors. It's okay, you don't have to? No, it's all right. I'm gonna do it. Oh, sorry. Checking the gaff meter saying I don't have to do it, but eRoom redeemed it. I have to do it because eRoom. So I'm sorry, checking the gaff meter. You have to blame eRoom. I don't know if you saw my secret assistant. My secret assistant was helping me change the colors of the backs. My secret assistant is actually this gingerbread man right here. I don't know if you could see. There's a gingerbread man right here. Did you see the gingerbread man doing everything? He made all the backs different colors. All right. So, actually, yeah. So these aces actually come from a deck called the Spectrum deck. Let me pull the entire deck over. And hello, Gingy. Yeah. Thank you kindly for the claps. So the entire deck, every single card has a different colored back. So even though some of them are very close, but like they're different. So this is basically like a rainbow deck. And so that's the here is the, let me see. Here's the box. So the box for the Spectrum deck looks like this. Gasp! That is stunning. Yeah. And then here's kind of like the rough range. So it gives you like 12 different colored cards. So that's kind of like the spectrum that it passes through. But I was like, oh man, what kind of tricks can I do with these? And I'm like, it's super easy. It's way easier to do tricks like this with a deck like this. But before I would have to like collect 4 different cards from 4 different decks that had different backs. And so now it's like, okay, it's a little bit more manageable. But yeah, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful deck. There is an order to this. It's just I just want to make sure that I get these back in there in the correct order. So like this one might go somewhere like around here. This one I think goes like somewhere over there. So yeah. But anyway, that is the last new Black Friday / Cyber Monday thing that I wanted to show. Cool, awesome. All right, so Scandalous Shuffle. All right, big fan. What's that called? Oh, that's called the Bicycle Spectrum deck. So if you just want to get it for novelty, it's like the regular price of like a premium deck of cards, like $10 to $15. I think it's like 12 something. But yes, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. So yeah, Spectrum deck. It's really cool as like an art thing. If you do cardistry, I'm assuming that will look very, very beautiful. Okay, so eRoom wants me to shuffle together the large deck and the gigantic deck. All right, so first things first, let me find a large deck. So here's a large. Oh yeah, let me pull the cards. Okay, here's the large, And then actually, so Gigantic isn't even on my desk. It is actually in a box on the floor. um, it's nearby. Hang on. It is by my... Okay, here we go. I've got it. Okay. So, and here is Gigantic. This is... Yeah, why would anyone want that? I mean, look, if you guys haven't figured it out, eRoom just wants to put me through lots of pain. that's that's the end result. Just that's what eRoom wants. That's what eRoom's gonna get, I guess. All right, so here's the Gigantic deck. So, first of all, already this deck is about 4 times the size of a regular playing card. So if I put 1 here, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4. Gigantic is basically the size of, I would say, about 2.5 of these. So, yeah. It's like a toddler's bed. Oh, okay, a toy poodle bed. Yeah. Yep, exactly. All right, so here we go. I'm going to attempt to do the Scandalous Shuffle. I actually have to use my whole arm to lever this side. This side is at least manageable. But all right, here we go. I'm gonna try this. eRoom, this is for you. Please love me. Please love me, chat. I know checking the gaff meter probably doesn't want to. No, that was not a good riffle. Let's try that again. Oh no, I almost bent the card. All right, I didn't. Hold on, just put that in the middle. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, that was a lot better. I'm gonna say that riffle was okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and push this through. Oh god, eRoom, thank you for the applause. We're not even there yet. Hold on. eRoom's like clapping at the foreplay. All right. Okay, and now we have. Hold on. Now we have. Not to make like a horrible pun, but this is now like the full penetration. Card trick. Card trick. Here we go. All right, there we have it. So now we have the big cards in the jumbo cards, and they're fully flush. Ay ay ay. Maximum penetration, says Elsto Art. All right, thank you kindly for the claps, eRoom. Yeah, this one was. I mean, I guess it wasn't awkwardly difficult. It's just like logistically difficult. Oh wait, can I get? Oh yeah, fun story, guys. eRoom once had me do the big cards and Scandalous Shuffle with Uno cards. I did that, and because I don't use these cards on the regular, it was not until I think maybe 2 streams later that the request for the large deck again, and we found an Uno card just still inside the big deck. Let's see. And Charlie's Beats has requested clear plastic cards. All right. All right. We'll have to see. Have you tried the gigantic deck into jumbo deck into a regular deck into a tiny deck? Oh, really? That's very funny. Yes, really. Yes. There is stream proof of it. I don't remember which streams they were, but they're up in the VOD somewhere. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that there's no. I'm actually fanning it up here. Oh, we got one. Okay, okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So I think we got them all. You can call it Turdekin. Oh, Alstro Art. That was wonderful. All right, you know what, Alstro Art? You're gonna get one of these. All right, so great idea. I don't know if I want to do it on stream, but that's certainly something I would consider for my YouTube channel. All right, hold on. I'm almost certain they're out, but I just want to double check. Okay, okay, all right, there we go. All right, some hugs before I get into my bedtime reading. All right, Big Ducky Snow. Thank you for the hugs. Guys, if you want to give Big Ducky Snow a hug on the mouth, because that's that's what the hug is in my channel, you're welcome to. All right. Okay, all right. Whew, that was amazing. Okay, all right. I gotta put these things aside somewhere. Hold, please hold. This one I can kind of put here, but I don't have space for the jumbo deck. Okay. Ducky is open to all manner of hugs. Be careful what you ask for, I guess. All right. I see a request from Charlie for the 4-card trick. And I see the redeem for clear plastic cards. I'm not sure if I can do this with the clear plastic cards. So I'm going to do the trick not using these, and then we'll figure out what to do for the clear plastic cards. Okay. All right. Let me see here. 4-card trick. There we go. You know what? Let's do this a little differently. Honestly, I've performed a bunch of tricks tonight that I've just like kind of went off the books. I'm just like doing different kind of things tonight, which honestly has been kind of refreshing, even though I messed up one, but you know, that's okay. We're having fun. Okay, let me see here. So, what do I want to say here? Hang tight while I figure out what to put on a special card for later. Okay, alright. Alright, okay, so here we go. I just realized with the jumbo deck, there's a lot of like tiny pieces of like paper and cardboard from the edges, and now it is littered on the on the board, or not on the board, on my pad. Alright, I'm gonna have to like sticky roller this later. Alright, okay. So 4-card trick. Here I have 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, all of these cards are actually not regular cards. They are blank cards. So here we have, okay, and so here's what I want to do. Charlie, are you there? You requested this trick. Let's go ahead and write something here. Charlie, if you had a message that you wanted to send into the future, what message would it be? Preferably something quick that I can write on the card. Alstro Art says, have you seen the trick Dazzle by Alex Emsley? Alstro Art, yes, I've seen that trick. It looks cool. I would like to do it. I don't know if I would like the original handling, but... Okay, Charlie's Beat says, look out. All right, perfect. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to write, look out. And I'll just say that's Charlie's Beats. Okay. I don't know why I was checking when I was almost done with writing, and I'm like, if I've already messed it up, I've already messed it up. Pretty sure I spelled it right, but Okay, so here. Look out, Charlie's Beats is what this card says. Now, I want everybody to follow this card because how are you going to look out if you don't know when the card to look out is going to approach? Um, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn this facing in the opposite direction. And you'll be able to tell when it's in the packet in the opposite direction because it'll be very evident because look, you'll be able to see look out, Charlie's Beats right there, right? Okay. But if I was to just bring over our friend Mr. Gingerbread Man, Mr. Gingerbread Man is going to do something mystical to take out that warning. And so we won't be able to see look out. So in this case, the gingerbread man is a little bit evil. Doesn't want us to look out because look, now if I show you, there's no look out. It's actually gone. It's actually blank. And so the gingerbread man doesn't want us to be on the lookout. So look, all the cards are there, but let's say we need a hero. And you know, if this stream needs a hero, it most certainly has to be the deck sock. Guys, if you're not familiar with the deck sock, no. This is not equal deck sock. No. The deck sock is the hero. This has got to be the villain. So we're going to have the deck sock squash Mr. Gingerbread Man. So Mr. Gingerbread Man is going to be squashed. All right, so now, look, the deck sock will bring back the warning message and be like, hey, we can now see Charlie's Beats warning. And so, hey, checking the gaff meter. Wanted to get in on the bangs. Because look out. That's what we were being warned of, right? We didn't want to get banged. I mean, shot at. Thank you, deck sock. Thank you, deck sock. But actually, I don't know if you know, even though the gingerbread man is usually the purveyor of future messages, didn't want to keep it. But in this case, as we can tell here, these cards don't have a message written on them. We wrote a message here. But actually, the deck sock also wanted to tell us something. And so, because when the deck sock brought the message back, the deck sock also wanted to say, Happy Holidays today, even though if you're on the US East Coast, that would actually say yesterday. But anyway. And if you were here, you can look at this card yourself, and I can hand this out for inspection. It is exactly as it appears. So, look out, Charlie's Beats. Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for that request. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the plot of Evil Gingerbread Man and Deck Sock. Hero Deck Sock. So there we go. That, I don't know how I thought I was. This is what I've got. Let's use it. I do regret making the gingerbread man evil now, though, at this point. I'm like, oh no, how can we make the gingerbread man good again? Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, checking the gaff meter, Alstro Art, Charlie's Beats, Gibson Lens. Thank you so much. Alright, guys. So, I'm thinking about wrapping up stream in a little bit. Maybe like 15 minutes or so. So if anybody would like to request any more magic, feel free. Also, if you've been sitting around for a while and you've not hydrated, please hydrate. Alright, let's see here. Man, I just realized I showed a lot of new stuff tonight, so this is good. Okay, we still have to do a trick with clear plastic cards, so let's do that now. All right, guys, I have plastic cards, and they are clear for a large majority of them. This is what the faces look like. If you've never seen me use this deck before, this is basically the deck. And so we're going to do something with this to fulfill a redeem. And if I don't, Charlie will be angry at me, and I'll have to give him back his points. So therefore, we're going to have to do something with these cards. All right. So let me see if there was actually a trick that I was doing. Charlie's got the. Hold on, I got to jump back so that we can show. So if you look, yeah, that's a Kirby knife emote, animated emote right there. I got to watch out, otherwise Charlie's gonna have Kirby cut me. It's gonna cut me real good. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pull out. Let me pull out jokers here, and then let's do something with jokers. Okay. Oh, hold on. This would be. Oh, and we got the Kirby with the Santa hat. Hi. Sorry. Hi. Is that kind of what Kirby sounds like? I'm just. Hi. All right. Okay. So let's give these a mix, and then okay. So I've pulled out the jokers, and the jokers are really good at finding cards in the deck. The thing with this is that they don't know what to find, but they're very good at finding very good cards. Hi, it's me with a knife, says Kirby. And so some people would say that this demonstration is not so much magic, but it is skill. So let's pretend I am holding the jokers. They can then grab a card from in the deck. If I just do this, ready? I don't know if you could tell, but they snatched one. There's actually one card in between them. And that card happens to be an ace of diamonds. Now, some people also believe that trick is also not magic. So let me do something potentially more magical. So look, if I hold the jokers far away, they can actually grab an ace from far away. So here, look, ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you saw it, but these cards snatched one that just flew out of the deck and in between right here, because look, and now they grabbed an ace of clubs. I know, that's super weird. I think that looked better on camera than maybe in real life. So now here's our jokers, and some people think that the jokers have to be face up when I do it, but I can turn them face down, and look, ready? Now, in between these two jokers is an ace of hearts. And now finally, the last one, we've got to get the ace of spades. Okay, no, I'll put this really close to the camera. No weird moves. So the card that is actually in between the two jokers is the one that's sticking out. And I'll do this as slow as possible so you don't think I'm doing anything weird. And that is the ace of spades. All right, now that I have the 4 aces, let me go ahead and put these off to the side. We are going to go ahead and try and do a trick that maybe ill-advised I should not do with clear cards. But we're going to try it anyway. Okay, so here we go. We need a selection. They could say stop, and let's pretend it's the 2 of spades. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab the 2 of spades. And we're going to go ahead and place the 2 of spades here. And now we're going to use the aces as helper cards. And so here I'm just going to go ahead and turn these aces all face down on the packet. And I'm just going to go ahead and wave my hand over the packet. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you can tell, but all 4 of those have turned into 1 card. And this 1 card, if I actually spread, actually becomes, I guess that's very hard to see, has actually become 4 cards. And so this 1 card is actually our 2 of spades. And these 4 cards are actually our helper aces. And that, my friends, is a couple of tricks with the clear plastic cards. And I don't know if I should have tried this with the clear plastic cards, but I think it's okay. I think it worked out okay. I was a little nervous at certain points, but I'm like, okay, this will work, this will work. And it worked. It worked out okay. Okay. Whew. Thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie, and also thank you so much for the redeem. Hopefully you enjoyed. Alright. Yeah, sometimes I get nervous about using the clear plastic cards. It's not like I'm doing like the snap change. Here we go, clear plastic cards. What's that, 10 of hearts, you sure? Nope, it's the 3 of spades. There we go. I think that mostly looked okay. I didn't like end it well. Hold on, let's try it. Let's try it one more time. Okay, the angle here matters a lot. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That might have looked maybe okay. Okay. It's alright. I've revealed that one on stream many times. Okay. Let's see. What do I want to do as a finale today? Probably want to end with... Let me see. Is there one I haven't done in a while? I feel like I've done them all, because last stream I did a couple during stream, so... Alright. Probably Imagine or Chop Shop would be good. I think last time I did Picasso Aces, I think. Alright, so... oh, wait. I gotta do one more, too. Coin, matrix, L. Okay, we'll do that. And then we'll do... We'll do this. We'll do that. I just realized I didn't put my second one in there. I'm being rate limited by my own bot. Come on, StreamerSonglist. You should make exceptions for the streamer. Alright. Okay. So, let's grab some coins. And I just want to practice this one because I just want to keep it sharp so that if I ever have to do a not card trick, I can do this one. And this is a coin trick, so I mean it's mostly a coin trick. I will use cards, but okay, so here we go. We've got 4 coins. I'll need 4 cards. And we're going to cover each coin with a card. So there's 1, there's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now what we're going to do is make each coin teleport from corner to corner. So here we go. We're going to make this one jump from here to there. It's going to happen quick. 1, 2, last one, 3. E-Room, thank you so much for the transport. That was like right on the money. Pun intended. I don't know why I'm turning these up. It doesn't really matter. Thank you kindly for that teleport. And there we go. Here's all 4. So there's something I learned from the magic lecture about handling big coins. And when we say big coins, not this, but like unreasonably sized large coins that you can purchase. So like a large coin that is actually like as dense as a coin, apparently they're like $100, $120 or more. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, why would I? And it's like, so if you make a coin change sizes, it goes from this to this, And then to this, it's kind of a little crazy. So, yeah. It's like if I made this card change into the big cards to change into the gigantic cards. And I'm like, oh my god. How would that work? I don't even know. All right. Okay. And with that, I think let's do our outro, and then we will do our finale. And if I mess up the finale, we're obviously going to do another one because I don't like to end on a trick I mess up on. E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So, guys, thank you so much to everybody who decided to come and hang out with us tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. I know there's probably a lot more talking than Magic usual tonight, but I did talk a lot about Magic that happened this past week, so that was good. Did show off a bunch of new decks that I got from Black Friday and Cyber Monday, so hopefully that was fun. But thank you to everybody who came and hung out and interacted with the stream, whether you selected a trick, requested a trick, chatted in chat, sent emotes, clicked on the heat map, did a sound alert. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. So thank you kindly for the claps, Ghoul away. And thank you so much to all of the lurkers out there, because Magic is one of the rare art forms where if I am doing Magic at home, it's not really, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Also, if anybody is wondering if this is real magic or, this is not black magic or sorcery or deals with the devil. Everything that you see here is sleight of hand and maybe some good storytelling. Sometimes bad storytelling. But, yeah, so other than that, I know, let's see here, disclaimer. There we go. If anyone wants to read that. Also, let's give some mod love to our mods, guys. If you're not following our friends and mods, Chan the Magic Man. Once again, Chan, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular Magic schedule. Catch him for Magic Mondays. So give him a follow, and he'll be doing Magic tomorrow night on his stream. And then also, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, please give Gibson Lens a follow. Wait, I just did the wrong thing. I am very bad at commands right now. All right. Guys, you're not following our friend Gibson Lens, a.k.a. Bert. He's been doing the trifecta of Magic, music, and movies. Well, so he plays Magic Arena sometimes on stream. He plays music usually on stream. And then lately, we've also been talking about movies, where we basically guess whether Gibson Lens likes an old movie that he's watched. So anyway, definitely give them some mod love and follows. And if you're not already following them, please give them a follow. Gibson Lens says, I finally watched one of your movie suggestions. Dude, I'm excited. I don't even know which one. So I promise I won't look on the letterbox and spoil it. So I will wait. I will wait until stream. Thank you. Thank you kindly. You know what that means? That opens up a suggestion slot for me, so I can suggest another movie. All right. All right, I'll take it easy. I'll take it easy. Anyway, yeah, so if you guys aren't following Chan the Magic Man and Gibson Lens, please give them follows. All right. Let's see, what else? Oh, if you guys want to see more of me and I'm not around on Twitch, because I only have a stream once a week, mostly because I'm a busy guy. I'm a dad to a 3-year-old, and I have a full-time job, and I do YouTube and I do Twitch. But you can catch more of me on YouTube, so if you want to see more videos. By the end of this calendar year, I should have 300 Magic performances on my YouTube channel. So there's more videos than that, because I have all my VODs up there too, and I have like videos from before I did Magic, but almost 300 different Magic performances. So that's coming up next couple weeks. So and then if you want to catch any of the VODs, they are available up there, but they are not searchable on my channel, so you have to go to it directly from this playlist, which the playlist you can find, but the videos you won't. So feel free if you want to look at past playlist, you're welcome too. All right, cool, excellent. All right, other than that, we are going to do the final finale trick, and then we'll find somebody to raid, and then we'll raid out, and that's where we'll go from there. Okay. All right. So, just double check and make sure. Okay, cool. All right. Here we go. So I have a packet of cards here, and this packet of cards, it consists of jokers. Joker, Joker. Actually, this one's a queen of clubs and a joker. So I don't know if you could tell, but the queen is red backed and all the jokers are blue backed. So, but actually, if I go ahead and I take the queen of clubs out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the queen of clubs. I'm going to place it underneath the table. Underneath, I'm going to throw it up. I just threw it up through the table, through this mat, through my hand, and back into this packet. I don't know if you guys could tell, but look. Here we have queen of clubs has reappeared back in my hand like so. And look, I can go ahead and do that again. I'm going to go ahead and throw it through the table, through the mat, back into my hand. And look, here it is. And you're probably getting sick of this, and to that I would say, oh, no, look, I'm just one more time. Okay, here we go. Last time I was going to throw it back, but look, it's still there. Now, I didn't ask you to imagine anything, which is what I would normally do, but actually there's not much to imagine here. I think we all know that there's something mischievous that occurs around Christmas time, and so these cards that you thought maybe had a queen of clubs on it, this card doesn't have anything on it. It is blank. And these cards that you thought were jokers, well, this was blank, this was blank, and actually, as it turns out, this is blank too. But I don't know if you know, the perpetrator of who made all of the cards disappear is actually the gingerbread man. The gingerbread man made all the cards disappear. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale of Imagine or Chop Shop, starring the gingerbread man. All right. Okay, excellent. Thank you kindly for the applause. E-Room, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I did end it a little bit differently because, you know, gingerbread man. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Alstro Art, Ghoulaway, thank you so much. All right, and with that, let's see who we can raid. Let's go to here, and then let's see who we have either not rated ever or we have not rated in a long time, if applicable. Let's see. I am not sure who we... Wait a second. I see somebody that is on that we may want to raid. We don't usually get a chance to raid them. Oh yeah, they're gaming tonight. Justin and Evelyn, Neko Ninja. Oh. No, I was not thinking that. Yay, we stumped Gibson! Yay! Alright. One of the few wins. No, this is going to be someone who's hung out in stream before, and we never get a chance to raid them. So this is... Alright guys, I think we're going to be going over to Seeker of Weird. Yeah, they just started streaming not too long ago, like 45 minutes ago. So yeah, let's go hang out with Seeker of Weird. So let's see. Rating. Oh, I should probably just copy the name and not the whole URL like an idiot. I copied the whole URL. Okay, so I did guess it afterwards, but I couldn't type in time. Oh, okay, no worries. Yes, when you mentioned gaming stream. Oh yeah, gotcha. No worries. I believe you. Let me see here. Okay, so guys, if anybody wants to copy a raid call, here's the regular raid call, and then here's the sub raid call. If anybody would like to copy a raid call, and we'll be going over to Seeker of Weird stream. So Seeker of Weird has hung out with us before, but Seeker of Weird is an art streamer. Also has streamed Just Chatting when she's traveled the world and talked about traveling. But tonight she's playing, let me see which game. It looks like we're playing Lil Gator Game. So that's the game we're playing. All right, guys. That's that. So great to see everybody. Hopefully everybody does well. And remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. Everybody get good sleep. And I know that it's getting close to the holidays. So as things get closer, everybody be safe, be healthy, stay warm. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll hope to see you around. All right. So everybody have a good night. And we'll see ya. Bye.